House has no confidence in Her Majesty's government. The Prime Minister. Order.
Mr. Speaker, sir, it is of course the right and duty of Her Majesty's opposition to challenge the position of the government of the day. It's also their right to test the confidence of this House in the government if they think the circumstances warrant it. I make no complaint about that. But when the right honourable gentleman's windy rhetoric has blown away, what are their real reasons for bringing this motion before the House? Because there were no alternative policies. There were just a lot of disjointed, opaque words. It can't be complained about Britain's standing in the world. That is deservedly high, not least because of our contribution to ending the Cold War and to the spread of democracy through Eastern Europe and the Soviet Union. Achievements celebrated at the historic meeting in Paris from which I returned yesterday. It can't be the nation's finances. We are repaying debt, including the debt run up by the party of the right honourable gentleman opposite. And it can't be the government's inability to carry forward its programme for the year ahead. Announced in the gracious speech on the 7th of November, we carried that debate by a majority of 108. The opposition's real reason is the leadership election for the Conservative Party. A democratic election according to rules which have been public knowledge for many years, one member, one vote. A far cry from the way the opposition do these things. 2 in every 5 votes for their leader are cast by the trade union bloc votes, which has a bigger say than do honourable members opposite in that decision. Precious little democracy there. The real issue to be decided by my right honourable and honourable friends is how best to build on the achievements of the 1980s. How to carry Conservative policies through to the 90s. How to add to 3 general election victories a 4th, which we shall surely win. Look at the opposition. 11 years ago, we rescued Britain from the parlous state to which socialism had brought it. I remind this House that under socialism, this country had come to such a pass that one of our most able and distinguished ambassadors felt compelled to write in a famous dispatch, a copy of which found its way into The Economist, the following words. He said, "We talk of ourselves without shame as being one of the less prosperous countries of Europe. The prognosis for the foreseeable future," he said in 1979, "was discouraging. Conservative government has changed all that." Once again, Britain stands tall in the councils of Europe and of the world. And our policies have brought unparalleled prosperity to our citizens at home. Mr. Speaker, over the last decade, we have given power back to the people on an unprecedented scale. We've given back control to people over their own lives and over their livelihood, over the decisions that matter most to them and their families. We've done it by curbing the monopoly power of trade unions to control, even victimize the individual worker. Labour would return us to conflict, confrontation and government by the consent of the TUC. We have done it by enabling families to own their homes, not least through the sale of 1.25 million council houses. Labour oppose our new rents to mortgage initiative that will spread the benefits of ownership wider still. And we've done it by giving people choice in public services. Which school is right for their children? Which training course is best for the school leaver? Which doctor they choose to look after their health and which hospital they want for their treatment. Labour are against spreading these freedoms and choice to all our people. They are against us giving power back to the people by privatising nationalised industries. 11 million people now own shares, and 7.5 million have registered an interest in buying electricity shares. Labour want to renationalise electricity and water and British telecoms. They want to take power back to the state, back into their own grasp. And that is a fitful and debilitating grasp. For
Martin Flannery.
When the right lady says that she's giving power back to the people, those people, over 2 million of them, are unemployed. Has she given power back to them? 10.9% inflation. Is that power back to us when all the rest of Europe is the 100 billion of North Sea oil frittered away that no other nations had, giving power back to the people? Will she kindly explain these particular points and let us know where pushing large numbers of people into cardboard boxes and taking power away from them is somehow giving power back to them?
2 million more jobs since 1979 is a great deal more opportunity for people. Yes, 10.9% inflation is much higher than it should be. It's a lot less than the 26.9 that there was under Labour. Yes, we have benefited from North Sea oil, and this government has seen to it that there are great investments abroad that will give us an income in this country long after North Sea oil has ceased. And therefore, we have provided colossal investment for future generations. Honourable gentlemen opposite ran up debts which we have repaid. We are providing investment for the future. We do not believe in living at the expense of the future.
Mr. Nillist!
If things are quite so good as the Prime Minister is outlining today, why aren't all her colleagues behind her happy to have her continue in the job of defending that record?